I know that I know the CPI data came out today, as I just laid out this morning. Look. So what I will say is that we're making progress on fighting inflation, and that's good news. That's good news for hardworking families. That's incredibly important that we see that, and we're seeing that in this data. And I kind of said this at the top, but I'll reiterate it here. Annual inflation is at the lowest level that we have seen in more than 2 years. That's since March of 2021, and it has fallen for 11 months, and in less than half of what it was this past June, the June before this one, clearly. And wages has rose over the last year. So all of that is important. Gas prices is down by $1.40. That's because of the work that this president has done. If you think about his investment in America, if you think about his economic policy, how he wants to make sure that we're building an economy that builds from the bottom up, middle out, that is what you've seen. And I have said, and he has said many times, when it comes to his economic policy, lowering costs is his #1 priority. So this is important. We're fighting inflation. We're seeing progress, and this is going to be incredibly important for Americans across the country.
So just to continue on inflation, we'll get another one after that. One of the components of the inflation data showed that rent prices are still sticky. They're just not responding the way that you hoped that they had. It's starting to remind some people of the comment that inflation was going to be transitory. So for a long time, the expectation has been that housing prices and rental prices would come down, and they just haven't. Are you starting to get worried that they're not going to come down, and what the implications are, and what can you do?
So, look, we know, and it's a good question, we know housing affordability is a challenge for families. And the good news is that we are starting to see a cooling in the housing market, so that's incredibly important. And also, that is why the president has taken extra steps, right? You've heard us over the last 2 years talking about the housing supply action plan that the president put forth to help close the housing supply shortfall that we have seen in the last 5 years, making it easier to use the American Rescue Plan funds to increase the supply of affordable housing, which is another part of the president's plan as it relates to lowering costs when it comes to housing or dealing with the housing market, releasing a blueprint for renters' Bill of Rights and a set of federal actions to make the rental market fairer, and calling on Congress to provide additional incentives for housing construction and support low-income families. So, look, we get it. We understand what families are going through. Again, the housing market is cooling, so that's important. But the president has taken extra steps over the last 2 years to deal with the affordability aspect as it relates to housing.
So are you considering additional actions since the housing prices don't seem to be responding?
So I don't have any additional actions to announce at this time, but I mean, I just laid out 4 real, constructive, comprehensive, substantive actions that this president has taken over the last 2 years to deal with certainly issues that American families have to deal with when it comes to affordable housing.
Yes, friends, deposits will be happening this week. Many eligible Americans will be happy to finally receive a bonus relief check that is worth as much as $1,000 this Friday. But Social Security recipients do not have as good news. The Bureau of Labor Statistics just released new data, which analysts say will lead to a smaller COLA adjustment. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, because I'll be going over everything that you need to know. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you'll need to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. So friends, there is some good news for residents that reside in New Mexico. Tax rebate checks approved in the 2023 legislative session will be issued this June 16th. For some New Mexico's residents' bank accounts, the money will finally arrive on June 20th, 2023. The State Taxation and Revenue Department will send $500 rebate checks to single filers and $1,000 rebate checks to couples who filed joint returns. All New Mexico residents who filed a 2021 state income tax return and who are not declared as a dependent will receive these rebates automatically. There is no application to receive the rebates if you filed your 2021 tax return. Residents who receive their 2021 refund by direct deposit will get their rebate deposited directly into the bank account that's listed on your 2021 tax return. All others will receive rebates by check. Those who have changed their banking information after filing a 2021 tax return will receive the rebate by mail. And for those who have moved to a different address, you can update your address by submitting the form to the Taxation and Revenue Department or on the department's website. The department is urging those receiving a paper check to update their address with the department. Direct deposits will be distributed first, and checks will be mailed out over a period of a month. Rebate checks for those who filed their 2021 tax return with direct deposit will see their rebate checks issued on June 20th. Paper checks are expected to be printed by June 29th, 2023. It will still take a few more days to get paper checks delivered, depending on the Postal Service's delivery time. Unfortunately, there is not good news for Social Security recipients today. As new data reveals, the next cost of living adjustment may be even smaller than expected. Analysts said that a continued easing of the inflation rate could lead to the lowest Social Security cost of living adjustment in 3 years. A leading seniors organization now says that the 2024 COLA will be less than 3%. That estimate is based on the May 2023 Consumer Price Index report, which was released today. The Senior Citizens League noted in a press release that new CPI data indicates that inflation is at its lowest level since March 2021, before inflation soared to historically high levels. The group now projects that the Social Security 2024 COLA could be only 2.7%, and that would be the lowest adjustment since 2021, when the COLA was 1.3%. The Senior Citizens League's current estimate of 2.7% is down from 3.1% 1 month ago, following the April CPI report. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that overall inflation in May rose only 4.0% from the previous year, continuing a downward trend in recent months, following peak inflation of 9.2% last year. But even as the overall rate has moved closer to the Federal Reserve target rate of 2%, prices of some consumer goods continue to rise at a rapid clip. These include essentials that are important to Social Security recipients, such as food, electricity, and housing. The Food at Home Index for May rose 5.8% over the last 12 months, pushed higher by a 10.7% increase in the index for cereals and bakery products. The index for food away from home climbed 8.3% from the previous year. Other gainers were the electricity index and the shelter index. Meanwhile, the CPIW, which is the index used to determine the COLA, rose 3.6% year over year. That was the lowest reading since March of 2021, when it was 3.0%. Despite the declining inflation rate, an ongoing survey by the Senior Citizens League found that older consumers are reporting little improvement in their household spending. Since January of this year, the actual inflation rate, as measured by the CPIW, was lower than the 2023 COLA of 8.7%. So in theory, this difference should provide a modest temporary improvement in buying power of about $52 per month for a retiree, with the average monthly benefit of $1,694. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. Thank you, dear friends, for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing more winners this coming Friday for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, dear friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.